What's good? This is JVB representing SPD, and that is sportsperdiem.com. My expectations for the 2020-2021 Chicago Bears. I haven't really said this since my earlier videos, but let me reiterate this. I am not an analyst. I'm not going out doing deep dives on teams and players and all that, doing some analytic stuff and all that bullshit. That's not what I do. This channel is named JVB POV. This channel is about me giving my opinions on sports topics. Just like First Take and just like Undisputed, just like you see those guys talking about certain things and giving their opinions on it. And sometimes they are fabricated for television. You don't get that here. I'm spitting real talk. I'm keeping it 100. I don't bullshit. I don't say shit to get views. I don't say shit to get subscribers or shares. I'm just me talking about sports because I fucking love sports. And with that said, I'm not going out doing deep research, doing a deep cleanse on all these players and all these teams. All the analytics I need is in my left and my right eye, and I got some handy dandy glasses to help that cause. I watch the games, I base my opinion on what I see, and I go from there. I am no different from you, the person watching this video. I'm no different from you. You watch the games, I watch the games. You probably know a little more than I do. I'm not claiming to be a damn expert. I'm just on here giving my opinion because this is my channel. I'm talking sports, bullshitting around a little bit, having a good time with you guys and you girls. Now with all that out the way, let me give my expectations on the Chicago Bears for this upcoming season. First with the defense. Now I do again expect the Bears defense to be elite. Barring any catastrophic injury coming from that defense, I expect that defense to be as good, probably not as good as 2018 in regards to getting takeaways and interceptions and stuff like that. But I expect this Bears defense to rack up on a lot of sacks. In free agency, the Bears signed Robert Quinn and subsequently released Leonard Floyd to replace HaHa Clinton Dix at the strong safety position. The Bears signed former Pro Bowler Tashawn Gibson to take his place. And then as the 53-man roster was being made, the Chicago Bears picked up defensive end Mario Edwards, who was cut last minute by the New Orleans Saints. But I expect the Bears defense to be as good as usual. Everybody talk about Khalil Mack, but this defense has a lot of key guys, and one of the most important guys, besides Khalil Mack, of course, is Akeem Hicks, because when Akeem Hicks is healthy, when he's down there in the trenches and he's healthy, he makes life easier on everybody, including Khalil Mack. So if Akeem Hicks, and I know that's a tough ask because he has been nicked up over the last couple of seasons, but if Akeem Hicks can stay healthy relatively, even with the loss of Eddie Goldman due to the opt-out, I believe this front seven is going to be very good, and it's probably going to be one of the best front sevens in the National Football League. So if I believe the front seven is going to be very good, and that includes Roquan Smith coming back from a pectoral injury, and also Danny Trevathan coming back after being re-signed by the Chicago Bears, I think the secondary is just going to feast off of that. I believe Eddie Jackson will have a comeback season. You got Tashawn Gibson back there now. You got two ball hawking safeties. You have a solid cornerback in Kyle Fuller. And then you have a rookie cornerback in Jalen Johnson. In that nickel, you got Buster Screen. But I believe the secondary is going to be led by the safeties, Eddie Jackson and Tashawn Gibson. I know it is unpredictable, but I do believe the Bears will get more takeaways than they did last season. Probably not as much as they did in 2018, but I do believe they will pick up on the sack number. So now let's talk about the offense a little bit. So all of you guys know it. You guys know how I feel about Mitch Trubisky. You guys also know how I feel about Nick Foles. Don't get it twisted. I don't love the quarterback situation from either side. I still believe Nick Foles should have been named the starter, but Mitch Trubisky is going to be the starter week 1 against Detroit, and we'll see what he do. He does historically play well against Detroit, and the first few games of the season aren't that difficult in regards of defenses that you're going up against. But in regards to this offense, as much as it sucks to say this, and I know for Matt Nagy, this is going to suck as well, but he has to run the ball more. He has to run the ball a lot more. If you're a Mitch Trubisky backer, if you're a Nick Foles backer, either way, these guys with their arms, they can't do it alone. They need a solid running game behind them. And in Mitch Trubisky's case, that also means using his legs more. When he started to run the ball more at the end of last season, you saw what happened. Offensively, it opened up things for the Chicago Bears. And guess what also happened? They won games. Funny how that works. But if the Bears' offense is going to be decent this season, it starts with the running game. David Montgomery, Tariq Cohen, Cordero Patterson, Ryan Nall, whoever it is. It starts with those guys in the backfield. This offensive line needs to get better. They need to get tougher. They need to control the line of scrimmage so they can win not all the battles. They're not going to win all the battles on that line, but they need to be able to create holes for these running backs to do their thing. I do believe that Matt Nagy, and it may be some blind faith, but I do believe that Matt Nagy finally understands and he's come to grips that he doesn't have a great quarterback. He doesn't have a good quarterback on his hands between Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles now. He needs to run the ball. He needs to keep pounding that rock until they finally break through. It cannot be like last season. You cannot be going out there, stop running the ball in the first quarter, the first half, or even the third quarter. You got to keep running that ball because it's going to help your quarterbacks, and in turn, it's going to help your whole offense. As far as the receivers go, Allen Robinson is going to lead the way again. He is, to me, you guys know how I feel about him, but he is a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. If not top 10, top 12 wide receiver in the league. I truly believe that. I do believe this could be a breakout year for Anthony Miller. It's like a lot of times when I see Anthony Miller, he wide open. It's like he always finds a way to get open. Unfortunately, just like a lot of receivers on the Bears team, Mitch Trubisky missed him a lot. But I will say, at the end of the season, Mitch Trubisky and Anthony Miller, they did find some kind of rapport together because Anthony Miller played very well. But I'm expecting Anthony Miller to take another step up. No, that doesn't mean he's going to be better than Allen Robinson, but I do believe he's going to be a certifiable number 2 receiver in this Bears offense. At tight end, the Bears signed Jimmy Graham this offseason, and then they drafted Cole Kmet with their first official pick in the second round of this year's NFL draft. I do believe that both guys are going to be featured a lot in the Bears offense this year, solely because the Bears are going to run the ball a lot more. I do believe with Matt Nagy as the players coach, looking at the veteran in Jimmy Graham, he's going to be featured more as the receiving tight end, whereas Cole Kmet, the second round pick, he's a big, strong motherfucking dude, so he's going to be featured more as the run blocker this season. But I do believe that Cole Kmet will make some plays as a receiver in his rookie season. But overall, I don't expect greatness from this offense. I don't really expect anything from this offense. I don't really know what to expect from this offense. But I do expect if Matt Nagy runs the ball more, this will be a much more efficient offense, and I guess that's not saying much, seeing what happened last season. Okay, so now my prediction on the record. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a Chicago Bears fan. So just giving you a spoiler alert, I may be just a little bit biased. Just as much. So the Bears offense was trash last season. The Bears defense wasn't as good as it was the previous season. They ended the season at 500, 8-8. So this season, I got the Bears going 9-7. No, scratch that. I got the Bears going 10-6. That's my final answer. 10-6. So yes, that means the Bears will be one of the 7 teams that make the playoffs. I'm not sure if they're going to win the North. I don't believe there's a clear-cut favorite coming out the NFC North. If I had to pick a favorite, I would go with the Packers because they do have Aaron Rodgers, who is still Aaron Rodgers, and he is the best quarterback in that division. But I don't see a team that's head and shoulders better than everybody else. But that's my expectations for the Chicago Bears this upcoming season. And surprise, surprise, I got the Bears 10-6, making the playoffs. But you guys let me know what your expectations are for the Chicago Bears this upcoming season. Whether that's offense, defense, special teams, coaching, maybe you don't have any expectations for this Bears team, and I won't blame you for it. Whatever it may be, though, let me know down below. But I'm out. Like the video and share the video. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. But until next time, take it easy. God bless. Peace.